I'm shooting with a DJI Osmo Action. No, I didn't say Action 3. I'm just under a street lamp. According to the picture, the front screen, it shows me pretty bright. But riding between the street lamps, they're not super bright, but they're bright enough to get the shot across. I'm not using the internal sounds of the OA. I'm using the actual Rode Wireless Go in Sonova. So it makes a nice. Let's up the game one. We'll put the 10-bit color on, known as HDR video without stabilization. And of course, without a light and going between the street lamps when I get underneath one. And you can see a totally difference of video. Hey, I'm Fish. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, show a like. If you like to get notified, you know what to do. But let me tell you, I'm no dork or tech junkie. And if you want to see specs and techs and all that good stuff, then you're going to have to head to another channel and check them out. I try to keep things real. I say what's on my mind. I see what I see out there and I share it to you. And I talk through the eyes of a camera. Also, let me tell you, if I see something, I'll let you know about that camera and how I feel about it with my thoughts out loud. Meaning, don't get me wrong, it's going to be the birth of the DJI Osmo Action 3 in my channel. Yes, indeed. Yes, I could have held off. I paid the full price with the gift card. Yes, indeed. That made my purchase a no-brainer. There's a couple of packages to decide on, the $329 or the $429 or $439, I do apologize. And let me tell you, over time, the $329 will drop down as low as $283, but that'd take about a year to happen. If you're with DJI and you know people, they can send out referrals. So that means if I bought something off of DJI, you can refer somebody and give them a couple of dollars off. I made my choice for now, and I'm going to wait on the GoPro. There is no rush while the price is still at retail at a brick store. Yes, indeed. And that camera will drop down $50, and I'm gonna wait just a little longer than you can imagine. And then I'm gonna have it for a long period of time, and of course, it's not going to be a 5-time buy and return thing to finally keep it. While I'm still in warranty, I'm happy. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, DJI changed the interface a little. No, they improved upon the interface. Instead of doing just the lines and everything, they put little boxes and things like that. I noticed that the front and rear now stay on. So they listened to the customer and they put a lot of things from the customer into the camera, and we thank DJI for that. As this is a nice shot because we got light and the sun's not going to come out till a little later. Bigger sensor doesn't mean a better camera. It just means that the person who shoots has to make their videos work for them. And if you want to take some time and learn how things work, yeah, like I said, you may want to visit a channel that's going to help you out in setting things up to be perfectionist. Be a gotta watch out for the tree. Not all have the funds, $500 for a GoPro. And some think GoPro may be the better camera. DJI taken time over 2+ years to come out with the second camera, even though they had an Action 2 already out. And they've taken everything in the Action 2 and put it towards the Osmo Action 2nd generation Action 3. Not one, but two. Maybe there'd be a third. I don't know. And that's the camera you want to have. That'll do the job. But it becomes bulky. You're not going to ride on a bicycle with a very bulky camera. An action camera. Out of the box. Grab it, go shoot it, set it up. Don't change the settings. That is an action camera. I didn't know an action camera can do time lapses, hyperlapses, star trails, car trails, and things like that. I thought an action camera was you put it on your body and go get the footage of, like, hey, I'm riding my bicycle, and you're seeing the action going past. Hey, I'm skydiving. You're seeing the floor go. Hey, I'm doing one of those hang gliding, etc., etc. Oh, it's more than an action camera. And that's where we try our best to use the camera in other perspectives. And when we do have action, why don't we share? While we wait for the camera to come in our hands, it's going to take time, days away, not hours away. So for me, I watch, I look, I comment, and I'm happy that I'm in no rush to be the first kid on the block. Finally, something that I could put my Rode Wireless Go on the camera, or maybe create an extension cable and place the wireless up there. Now, I'm not sure if the Rode's going to fit and it has to be a DJI wireless mic. And if so, that's where I'll go, because my Rode, I love and I hate it. Sometimes I have troubles turning it on, and it does a good job, but I heard that the DJI may be better. So is it good to keep in-house? I don't know. You tell me if it's good to have a Rode and an Action 3, because right now, I don't see any videos of putting up a Rode with an Action 3 directly on the DJI. Oh, what a colorful shirt. Yes, indeed. It's 10-bit. You got a lot of colors. This was one of my favorite shirts, yes. And it was very colorful, very fashionable in the time. It's years later, and I got it. How many years later? 35, 40 years? Wow. So imagine where we came today. This material is probably one of the best materials you ever find. You want to get a shirt like this, you're never, ever going to find this material. And speaking of material, I'm trying to get a pair of jeans. I'm trying to get my size. Not one of my size at Walmart. They had 30 plus separate jeans. I went through every single pair, like 300 plus. I did not see a single size for me. This is your choice, not mine. It was DJI and GoPro's choice of naming the camera. Well, we all know GoPro Hero has a nice ring. Does DJI have a nice ring as well? DJI Osmo Action 3 or the DJI Action 3? That's a choice you have to understand. Who came up with the name, and is the name catchy? Well, DOA, it's not a catchy name, dead on arrival. And people don't like when I may say, hey, it's a DOA 3, the third time. And, you know, I'm only putting out the first initials there. DJI, D, Osmo, O, Action, A. Well, the GoPro, G, H, 10, GP10. Well, they call it the GP10, not the GH10. But if you look at the files, I think the files may be named like that, GP, GH, JXJ. Well, you get the idea. And speaking of files, DJI now allow us to change our file and names in the camera, the file names. And that is something that some people shown and others not talking about. That is pretty interesting, that you don't have to have all these different names like GoPro has, and it's very confusing with their sequential order number. If you shot 10 chapters, right, and you're looking for those videos, they will be in line. But if you shot 100 videos and you shot 10 chapters, they're going to be all scattered in there. Now, with DJI, I like the filing system as is on this camera. DJI _ 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. Everything was in nicely order. I like things to be nicely in order so I can easily do things. And that is what I prefer. An easier filing system than something that may complicate you. But as you go along, you will learn it. And you have to tell others that's the way it is. And you have to just, hey, what about the profile names on GoPro that everyone has been asking for? Can we still go ahead and change names today on the GoPro Hero 11? Can we? DJI, they're first coming up. Maybe down the road we'll be able to. But that's a good thing that DJI also did. When they did time-lapse, they allowed cloud, the car, and things like that. And they gave you a little taste, an idea of how many minutes, how many seconds it will be right then and there in the camera. Now, I'm most sure GoPro did the same thing. And, we don't look where we walk, and we just walk in front of a bike. And I paid attention to go around. Yeah. I don't have to grab the shot and be right on top of everybody. I can grab the shot anywhere over here. That's what the action camera's for. Put it on the dashboard of a car and catch the action. Put it on the bike's handlebar and catch the action. Put it on the surfboard and catch the action. With any camera that you feel that you want to buy and purchase. Oh no, it didn't take a DJI to come out with the new one for me to get and use my old GoPro. My old DJI, that is. I said GoPro. GoPro's still stuck in my mind. And if I use my old GoPro, the Hero 10, it's going to remind me to get a Hero 11. And I'm not going to be worried about it. I fell into that line, and yes indeed. So yeah, moving along. I had something to say, I totally lost track, and I have to tell you what it was. I may have to ask, but I know it's not going to happen. You can't charge the camera while recording and use the DJI wireless control. Remember when I said 1, 2, here comes number 3, right there, and we have a group of photographers capturing what is becoming the sun, becoming very, very popular indeed. This area has now become a very popular photography spot, not a vlogger spot. While it popped into my mind, I don't know if GoPro is doing it as well, but DJI said it turns on a lot faster to record. So that means when I'm down here, I have to pick my camera up faster when I hit the record button, because the 4 to 5 second startup time may no more be. And man, the Sony HX20. Oh, I remember the days when I would hit the on and hit the record within 1.5 seconds, I would be recording video. Oh yeah, DJI, here we come. Oh yeah, I had a video that I said, yes indeed, and here I am. And sure enough, I will be with both. Sooner or later, you can love, you can hate, you can love. That's not me. As long as I have the camera, I'll be happy indeed, for sure. And I will point out all the issues that I find online, not being in a negative way at all. And I always talk about a camera, and that is what some people do not get. All right, here I go. In 3, 2, 1. DJI, here I come. Woohoo! All right, I didn't give a loud yell, but that's what the Rode Wireless Go. How did it sound? Me just giving a nice verbal command. Oh yeah, yes indeed. Now, I hope you get the camera you like. If it's a GoPro with a hyper view and the 360-degree horizon level that goes around. And I noticed on one video how the person walked and he didn't show the bounce. Now, I'm not going to get upset if the DJI still has that bounce and all. I hardly do any walking with the camera. I do a lot of biking. But that may be something that people would want. And a lot are not talking about Hyper Smooth 5.0, taking the bounce away. But real steady, Hyper Smooth, take all that away and just put back the old-fashioned image stabilization. Everyone will be complaining. They still complain today, short battery life. They don't complain about video quality, because that was number one of what people complain. Video quality. Yeah, battery life is improving. If you want longer battery life, you're gonna have to stick with DJI. Plug in a power bank and use the camera and take it out. That will do the job. If you want to stick with longer battery life, go with the GoPro. Plug it into the power port. Pull the battery out. But when that camera fails because of the power bank die, you know why. GoPro needs to update that immediately. And now it's from the 10, the 9, the 8, and so forth. Everybody wanted a USB internal port. I'm done. I'm spent. I'm out of breath. I gave you my block story. I gave you 2.5 to a half block story. On that note, I'm Fish. I want to thank you for stopping by, enjoying the channel, and all that good stuff. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on many other videos to come. If you want to look at the specs of either camera, go over to their sites. But when you go to DJI, do go down to the bottom and see the purchase date. The purchase date is not today or tomorrow. It's not in the stores today or tomorrow. GoPro is the only camera that will put their cameras in the store today. And we have to say, hey, thanks GoPro, we appreciate that, on the fast delivery on the debut day that they put the camera out for all. Just a little tidbit. GoPro Hero Mini 11, $100 less. Quick capture, or quick, will it do live feed? Soon to come, and we'll see. That'll help you make your decision. Now, I hope you enjoyed this shot of DJI and what it can offer the old original camera. Have a great day.